Hi. Tonight I wanted to do a little video about identifying your male and your female blossoms on squash, cucumbers, because sometimes you don't have enough pollinators like we're finding out this year, and you have to pollinate them yourself. So I'm going to show you the difference between a male and a female bloom and what you can do to pollinate on your own. This is a cucumber, which is a member of the squash family. And as you can see from these blooms, they didn't get pollinated. You can tell because they're yellow and they'll dry up and fall off. That is a female bloom because it has a very small cucumber at the base. If this was a yellow squash or any other squash, it would also, female-wise, have a fruit at the base of the flower, just like this. Let me get in here good. This is two female blooms right there. See how they have the fruit at the base? Because they're female, they have the fruit. On the other hand, this was a male bloom. There was no fruit, just a stem with the bloom. And we can take a Q-tip, stick it down in the middle. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get my hands free for this. Okay. You can take a male bloom and open it up to where you can see in the middle. You can take a Q-tip and rub it on that, and then take that Q-tip and rub inside the female bloom in the very center. Or you can just pull these petals off and take that little center part and stick it into the middle of each female bloom. But with cucumbers, because they're so small, it's easier just to use a Q-tip. You'll rub the Q-tip on there. Let me get back up. You'll take that pollen covered Q-tip and you're gonna stick it down into the center of that hole, all the way down. And you'll put it on that, and it's pollinated then. Usually a bug will do it, or you can, certain varieties self-pollinate, but if you have a lot of pollinators running around, they'll do it for you and you won't have to. But we're finding out this year on some of this stuff that it's not working that way. We're gonna go look at a squash. Okay, this is yellow squash, just a yellow straight neck squash. As you can see, there's several male blooms. There's no fruit, just a long skinny stem with a bloom. Whereas this, because it has the fruit, is a female. Here's another female. But what'll happen if they aren't pollinated is that fruit will shrivel up, the bloom will dry up, the fruit will shrivel up, and it'll fall off the vine. So early morning is best. That's when they're open pretty good. You'll pull this is closed bloom right now. You'll pull the petals off or open and use the Q-tip to rub on that center piece there, or just pull the petals off and the whole bloom, and dab that into the center of each female bloom, just like you did with the cucumber. It's just easier for squash. They're larger. Let's go over here and look and see if I can find any of these squash that didn't get pollinated. And have given up. We may not find any. I tend to look for them and pull them off and throw them to the chickens. Now, isn't that unusual? That is a Siamese squash. That's conjoined, two squash that are conjoined with two blooms, but they are not separate through here. Isn't that something? And this is a yellow squash. This is not a delicata. I've not ever seen that on mine before. Very neat. Hopefully that'll get pollinated and we can get the fruit from it. There's a female. I can get the leaves out of the way. Can't get them out of the way. It's hard to see in this. I pruned them back, but it's still very hard to see them. There you go. That is a female delicata squash. See the fruit at the base? I'm hoping to get a good harvest of them because we really like them. There's another one that actually might have been pollinated. It's not turning yellow, so maybe it will. But that is how you can hand pollinate them yourself. When you're gathering, it seems like there's always one cucumber or squash that hides. This guy got by me the last 3 times I've picked, so I'll be picking him tonight. Y'all have a good evening. Love you. Yeah, come on. Let's go find her. Come on. You go find Mom? Come on. Let's go find her. You want to go find Mom? No? You just want to eat? That's how you lost her. Yeah, that's how you lost her. Y'all got in the feed bowl and forgot her. Come on. Come on. Let's go find her. Well, it looks like Jay's got a buddy. Oh, they're leaving him. Mama's looking for bugs. After you water, it brings them bugs up. Tucker may spook them. No? There's a couple of them that just keep losing her. I have to round them up all the time. See, they hang back and they forget her. Well, there's some things you can do with one hand. Some things you can't. Hauling hoses and watering. You gotta be careful. You mess your phone up, you'd be in trouble. I like to wait until the evening or the early morning to water. Right now I'm watering all my seedlings out here on this table. They dry out real quick. I watered them this morning a little bit because I repotted some of them, potted some of them up. But it's so hot right now that they dry out by the end of the day. So I'm giving them an extra drink before bed. I'm not seeing any signs of problems from doing that. If I do, I'll start just watering in the morning. I'm an early riser. That's not really a big problem for me, but I have a lot of other stuff I try to do in the morning. So getting this done in the evening just works out a little bit easier. But yeah, water one-handed holds your camera with the other. I hope everybody's trying to have a good evening, trying to stay cool. I think we're going to take our granddaughter tomorrow and go down to the creek. We got a nice little creek right down the road that we go fishing in. You can catch some pretty good panfish. I've caught a couple of mudcats and brownies, small brown bass, rock bass, goggle eyes. Caught several of them. We usually catch and release, unless it's a good-sized perch. If it's good-sized perch, we keep them because we like to eat them. That's the best eating, I think. Perch and crappie. I haven't ever caught any crappie out of there, though. But that's what we're gonna take her. We're not gonna fish. You can't hardly fish with a young one. You need to watch them because she's only 2 and she's fast. She's quick. So we're just gonna take her and let her throw rocks and let her play in the creek. Try to stay cool so she doesn't get too hot. And we don't want her stuck in our house all day long. Little kids need to be outside if at all possible. So we'll take her to the creek, let her throw some. Last time she threw rocks, she enjoyed throwing rocks in the creek. Her and her mammy skipped rocks. She picked them. She took the big rock every time. She gave Mammy the small rock, which is only fair. But yeah, I want to get my watering done. And then the only chore I have left in the evening is putting the chickens up. I've already gathered the eggs. I've already fed. So about between 8 and 8:30, all the chickens are ready to go up. Come on, she's over here. These little Polish get lost in just a few minutes. I've said it over and over. Lost again. Hollering for over here. Maybe like dogs where I train them to come when called. Y'all have a good one. Okay, this is a male delicata squash bloom. See, it's just the stem. I'm gonna pollinate. There's 3 female delicata squash blooms on that one plant. So I'm gonna pollinate them this morning. I'm not seeing any bees. Let me go ahead in here. Hopefully the chickens won't come in here to help me. Let's see if I can do this. We gotta pull these petals off. Now see, this is a male bloom. And that's what's in the center. That's what's in the center. We're gonna call it his Ghoulie. How about that? Each of these, where are we at? This is a female bloom. can't see. This is a female bloom. I'm taking that goalie and I'm gonna rub it all over the middle part of that bloom. See? She should be fertilized. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but it's better than nothing. It's better than coming out here and all your squash didn't make. Okay, that one's closed. I could actually use this on a yellow squash if I wanted to, but then you're going to get you might get a cross. I don't know how that works. Maybe it's the seeds from that fruit is what it'll be. The seeds from that fruit will be a cross. But this one right here, that Siamese one, we'll go ahead. It's a yellow squash, but we're going to go ahead. I'm not saving seeds from these yellow squash anyway. So I want to get that one pollinated and see what it's going to do. But that gives you another idea. Oh, I knocked these googly off. Here's another delicata squash. What I've done with this one is I hooked it onto the fence with a tomato clamp. But that is a female bloom. Has the fruit at the base instead of just a skinny stem. And there is a male bloom. See, no fruit. But I've just got this one. I'm trying to grow it up the fence instead of out here because it'll just keep getting walked on if I let it just spread out. I got a cucumber and another squash growing up this. This is springs for a baby bed. But it makes a perfect little trellis for a cucumber or a flower like a clematis, something like that. They'll grab on themselves. If not, you can just give them a little direction. Sorry about the trucks going by. We live on the highway. Let's see all the little cucumbers. This one, at the size it's at, it was pollinated. It's not falling off and drying up. Now they did run out of room, so what I'll do now is I'll just start directing it through the top of this chain link, running it down through there. Those were just extra plants I had. I didn't want to toss them. Ground cherry is looking like it's getting a few about ready. I hope so. I've never had them. I hope we like them. But yeah, that's a good trellis for your for your cucumbers. An old box springs off a bed, baby bed, or even a full-size bed will work if you have some of these old box springs. I don't think it looks that bad either.